Hi guys, back at ArcoLinux App. Have to shut down Discord, I see it's still open. And we left you in here. Now we better go to the actual folder, ArcoLinux, and then the glade, dev, fine, user, share, ArcoLinux glade. And we have now our two glades, right? Two files, one without the status bar and the other with the status bar. There is still an issue, and that is with the sudo python ArcoLinux application glide. If we run it and we do something like this one is the interesting one, pacman cache clean. It's down there in the corner. And intuitively, I'd rather have it in the middle, whether it be up or down, but in the middle would be better. So if we click, then it's always centered. Now, I really don't know as to why, but here's a workflow. So status bar, Control-C, Control-V. And I'm gonna say center. Check. So with this one, I experiment. And the only thing I need to say up here, because we made a constant, right? A global variable, and we say center. Save. Now, if I did that good, then you see no difference. And now we play. Now we break it. So why is the GTK fixed? I thought maybe it's the fixed thing. Maybe it's a stack thing. Why is the status bar in the GTK fixed not allowing us to change the text? And one of the things I always say to students, it's sometimes easier to just delete it and start again. So I would like to have a status bar, thank you very much. But a status bar, how did I do it last time? Last time I did it like add parent. And maybe we should try something different now, right? You get the same results if you do the same thing. So if I click here, that won't work. If I click here, that won't work. If I click here, that won't work. Here, no possible. Here, doesn't work. Sorry, it did work. Control Z, when did it? When I click here, not yet. I have it activated. Yes, it's on. It's active. Boom. We've got it. But last time it was better. Now it's in here. That's a strange place to be in. Now it doesn't really matter because cut. And then do we need to have it in the stack? Last time we had it, I think, in the GTK fixed. What if I do it this time in the stack? We can't. So last time we did it here, paste. Okay, now we do it again in there. Now we don't see it, and that's because of the trouble that we're in here. So horizontal, center, number of items, packing, minus, right? Minus. Who takes minus? So now that's better. And if it takes 0, 0, that's where we are. So we go all the way down, which is more or less 400, I believe. And let's see with 400. And we don't want the height requests. We go back, we go 450, 480. Okay, 480. And then we're not gonna do too much things, right? First, test, save. When and if I do this, what do I get? I click, and I don't say anything. What did we forget? The status bar push. So you've created something new, but the application was thinking of getting a certain name, and this one is called ID status bar. Save. Now go grab it. Oops. Super F. Pacman K. So it's too small. Pacman K. Is there a way to tell the status bar spacing? It does what? Visually nothing. Back to 2. Packing is where it's at. Common. Maybe you'd like to see opacity, because it's strange, but yes, it is possible. I wanted to see it as well. Just try. I don't know. If you do 0, 2, you'll, well, it's almost gone now, right? So Control Z. It's not gonna help us center things, but it was fun. You get some text. I don't think that's gonna be it. The spacing of the widget. The spacing of the widget. I would think something like this would have an effect. And of course center as well. But we know already. But we can try again. 1 by 1. So it's not gonna make this bigger by itself. I had hoped that a little bit. Adjust yourself, make yourself bigger. So that's the width request. It's around 700. Even 800. Yeah, 800. Fine. Then you see all the text in there. Save. Let's see. Then you get the text, but the text is on the left. And of course I can drag it to here, but depending on the text, if it's a long text, it will start here then and go all the way here. It's not in the middle, is it? It's gonna be a fake middle. I want this to be in the middle of the GTK fixed. Okay. There you go. Let me log in. All right, I followed the process of creating a new account, and then you get a mail, you get to say where you are later on, and then voila, we're in. So I want to ask him a question. I want to ask him to, I just had an idea. In the meantime, I had to do this procedure. What was the idea? To ask a certain technical question to a little friend, which is now here. One of the tips is learn me how to make better prompts. A prompt is a technical term. That's basically this, what we're doing. We're giving him a message, sending a message. And it's important to be clear about what you want to achieve, be specific enough, be relevant, be creative, be open-ended, be thought-provoking, oh la la, be concise, be inclusive, oh la la, lots of things. Okay. Now I'm asking, what roles can you provide Chatgpt? I want him to be a specialist, give an advisor. So content creation is maybe, personal assistant maybe another one, educational tool. Educational tool is probably gonna be my choice. I'm gonna tell him who I am. I am an ArcoLinux. I'm a developer. I am a Python app developer of application. Let's make it big enough. Application developer on ArcoLinux, because otherwise ArcoLinux. And I would like you to advise me in my educational project. So I use the word educational on purpose, right? In my educational project, when teaching, so we have the teaching and educational bit in there. When teaching others how to build an app with, and now it's important, GTK and Python. I'd like you to be my Python GTK teacher / assistant. Can you do that for me? Number 2 we've done already. Learn the basics of Python and GTK, good understanding. Yeah, design your interface. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. I decided to create my Python application with the Glade tool to design the user interface. Well, let's type it. You probably know, but let's type it. It's going to tell me how to install Glade, but that was not necessary. I know how it is done. But nevertheless, right? Nevertheless, this is the code that we use. Now look at that. It still has a UI.xml, so we started with Glade and we went for UI as an extension. I don't really think it matters as extension. He'll know it's XML. Okay, fine, all good, huh? We're happy with our little chat here. Okay, let's get technical. Let's get technical. I have a GTK fixed. A GTK fixed is a container. No? Or top level? No. So we can immediately jump into this level. I have a container called a GTK fixed container. Where are you? Ah, here it is. I have a GTK fixed container. I have a GTK fixed container. In there I have a status bar. I have a status bar. We send messages to this status bar. The messages align to the left of this status bar. I would like to know how I can change, how I can align the messages in the status bar to the center. Center, middle, I think center has more luck. Oh, let's analyze. So yes, the fixed, yes, okay. And this is new, put status bar. So in that thing, put status bar. And then 0, 0. Yeah, 0, 0 is X and Y probably, right? Message. And then the message text. And it's this one that does it, right? Add the label to the status bar like that. Message area. Add message. No, not yet. Send the label in the status bar. But we don't put a label in there. There's a label, but there's not a label. There's just the status bar. Whoa. Come on. In this example, recreate. Push method. The machine is smarter than me. Time to drink. Let's ask him. How should I change it if I use, where's the GUI? We're too far. So here's the bit that I should check. Let's go to that screen. Let's go to this screen. And then we have the self builder, and then my app UI comes in. Self status bar, that's that line. Let's see if we can use all that code. Control C. That's the code from Chatgpt. Okay. Okay. Using positional arguments with the G-object constructor has been deprecated. Please specify keywords for label or use a class-specific constructor. So that's no longer allowed. 151. There's no problem with this line, it's all the rest. Read again. I have opened initializer depreciations. Nothing really. useful for me. Okay. I get this message when I run my app. How can I fix it? That's what they mean. So it's still not centered. Now my thing is, where is that? Here? Here. The thing is, of course, what did I do with it? So it starts at the beginning. It's not really centered. Even though we did all that. Don't know what I would do else. So we can even import warnings and say don't want to see those. Filter warnings, ignore. Let him show me. It is still not working. This is my current code. He needs to know my def. Manually calculate the size of the status bar and the length of the message text. I was thinking about grid as well, yeah. Oh, box. So we're gonna get the status bar, we're gonna give it a message, context ID, then the box. Or orientation, horizontal spacing, set align. Here we say how the box is aligned. So if we go to this and to that, and we tell them in the status bar we'd like to have a parent called box, we have the status bar in the box. And then we tell them to go for general, one box is enough, horizontal, not that high. Why do you do that? Then we have the status bar in the box, and in a box can't seem to be able to tell it to be here as in center, but I can say that this is the box, the status bar box. Status bar box. Save. So the status bar box, the status bar box. So this is the status bar. We import another one. Status bar underscore box. Status bar box. And here underscore box. And then we can say that the status bar the self bar box, we set them, align them center. Let's see. Center aligned message. I think it's very much still the same place where it is. So, getting the status bar box. Set horizontal align of the bar box. It adds the box to the bar, to the message area. Yep. So back to here. So basically the message, we create a bar, we create a status bar box. Let's organize. That's a status bar box. We say to align, we create a label in there. Message GTK label, context ID, not necessary yet. Pushing, not necessary yet. Not a message text and so on. Add self status bar, self status box, self status box, bar box. Now I need to say this is double, I think. Context ID, message get text, see if we have a bar, we align it. Do we put the message in the bar somewhere? No. No. So we need to say that the box that we've created, self status bar box, self status bar box, back, start, and then the label, which is a message, true, true, 0. How many errors will we get? Ale, here. Attempting to add a widget with the widget already inside the container fixed. Please remove the widget. Yeah, we're trying. So the bar. We want to add the bar, status bar box, and inside the status bar box is a message. That's a label. I shouldn't push a message get text, should we? We should. That's what he's suggesting to do. Save. Self status bar push context stat, and then self status bar get message area add. His name is bar, his box. My name is self status bar box. Self status bar box. Okay, save. Now I don't have anything. Always fun. Okay. What's wrong with this code? Let's see. Interesting, right? Oh, where is it? Ah, the other screen. Oh la la. Can you analyze what is wrong with this code and give me the correct code to show a message in the middle of the status bar. the leftmost, yeah. Center widget. He's finished. So he's saying I should do that. Let me just copy paste it somewhere and then decide where to put it exactly. Cell of status bar. Can you provide me the full code with the fix in it? I want the message to do that. So message. Might even be working now. The only ways to test them. So it's gone. So I did something previously that was not okay. What is it? Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. And then here the message. Save. Message get text. Oh yeah. So this one. Center aligned message. Not really. This is so frustrating. Okay. Can you actually work with my code? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, to the right, and then we have a look. Allez, stop. I have a message. A message box. So that's the box. I have a box as well. So the box is a status bar box. It did not use my code, unfortunately. Still have a brain. Didn't need a brain to do it. Status bar box. Set h align. Did that already. So the new thing is the v align. Done. Then we go down horizontal. We set that somewhere else. And then he wants to have the message, GTK label, label the center labeled message, and then something new. I'm gonna do this. Set via line. That's new. Then we're gonna, here we're gonna do the pack. Status bar box, pack start. The message goes in there, true 0. And then this is also new. So this is new. So that's the pack start, and what I put in here extra is this. What is they, right? Is it she, is it, is he? So this is the message box, which is in our case called status bar box. And it does not exist unless you say it's in self. So he's going to add the box come on brain, you want to add status bar box pack start message, that's correct, and then the self status bar, that's the box around it, and that's the bar itself to the end with the self status bar box. No, eh? Or yes. Yes, the box. False, false, 0. And then the rest continues. But this is correct. And self status bar get message. Now we get a push. Oh, that's the push. Let's see if this is necessary. And we keep trying. Now it's center aligned, I'm sure of it. All right. I guess not. We try to align all kinds of things. The message is a label. We try to align this as well. Why not align it horizontally? Why only vertically? Let's try. Self status bar set center widget message. Context ID self status bar. Self status bar pack start. The message in the box. And a label. Adding a label to the box. And here add the message box to the status bar. Add the message box to the status bar at the end, and then we push everything, the context ID we know from up there, and a message get text. Allez, another try. Beautifully aligned. We've solved it. It's right in the middle. Smack in the middle. It is. You're just not looking good. It is in the middle. It is in the middle. You're just not seeing it. Are they fighting against each other? Is there a config in here? Because here we have X and Y things. I wonder. We've tried this in the past. I'm willing to try it again. Who knows? It is not a center aligned message. It's not. Zip. Control C. Do not give me. That's dangerous. Change my code. This code. I was already busy. That's not exactly my code. That's the same thing. This code, I mean. Oh my. Nothing special so far. The status bar box. Okay, read it, absorbed it. Not really. You have to reread these things if you're really honest. So message, check, check, check. And then it said I removed kind of some things. The status bar box. So here's the status bar. He's not importing this. So what? He is using the status bar box. No references of boxes. This is gone. Message is this. Message set hairline is that. And hairline is that. Cool. Then the bar sets bar is gone as well. This one is gone. Then we set the context it. And we forgot one thing before doing the context it idea. He does that. Self status bar box does not exist anymore, but status bar does. Back start message true, which is now come to be false. Save. Why is he complaining? Why is this here? Self status bar back start, yes. Message, yes. False, comma. Save. Then we get the context ID, self status bar get token example. Self status bar push to the context ID to the message get texting, and then some logging. All right. Has no attribute status bar box. There is still a status bar box somewhere here. So instead of status at back end, status bar, I think this is just deletable. It is. After the context ID we get this. Save. Now it's centered. Thank God. Finished. Right. Video. An hour. We've been an hour at it. If anything, it's interesting to see me work with Chatgpt, but the solution is not yet there. That's frustrating. It is. But we keep checking. We have the status bar. We get it from there. What we don't have now, that's true, is a status bar box. I can delete the status bar box, which is dangerous, I think. It's better to go here and remove the parent. So the status bar is still here, the parent is gone, styling is gone, but that can be fixed. So if we do this, put it somewhere in the middle, then make it bigger, I guess. At least this. And save. Clean up your code. Now it's again without the box. And we're here. We should be somewhere here. So why is he aligning Let's give him the new code. I'm calling it him, it seems. I'm calling it him. Control C, let's give him a little bit less code. Still not working, unfortunately. This is my current code. I'm sorry to hear that the previous solution didn't work for you. Could you please provide more information? Oh, a slightly modified code. Okay, let's do a slight modified code, as long as it works. What am I doing now? Here it starts to be interesting. That's the line, we've got that. That's the line, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. It's working again with the box. Arrgh. Okay. Let's see if a copy paste works. That's also interesting for you to know. Is a copy paste just out of the box working? And I should stop here. Message goes to status bar, context ID, you've got all that. So after V align and after that, yeah, Control V. Save. Unchanged. Code from there. Center align message. So let's try and read it. Here's a new box. And we put the message in there. Message is virtual aligned. All kind of alignment in the begin, in the center. And then here as well, the bar, the box going to be aligned, 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 aligned. And then we're just sending it. Push it. Context ID. Is this no. I was thinking, is this line, does it need to come behind it for some reason? Status bar box is gonna be the message, trying to be aligned in all sorts of things. And here we get the message, get text ID. I believe, I feel here. No such luck. Yeah, wait. There is no error. But the code is not aligned. Do remember that I am using Glade. That's the same code. That is the same code that will not work, dearest. Now it's home. What should we call it? So, status bar. Go get it. Go get the context ID, and then the message goes in there. I'm gonna create a box also aligned. The message goes in here at the start. I think we did the start as well. Message goes in here at the start. False, false, 0. Yeah, what was all these false things again? Box, false, false. GTK box. Oh, yeah. GTK. I can't type. Okay. Whoa, look at that. That's nice. GTK box. And then back start. I'm gonna show me. Fill padding and all that, so back start. Child expand and fill. What I want for you is the 4 variables. Padding is 0. Fill and expand. Same here. There is only one child or one thing in there. So true. Doesn't hurt to try. Doesn't cost us anything but time and ego. That doesn't matter. Plenty of it. Don't need ego. So that's not helping. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Save. And what's he saying? Let's go and try and read it again. Okay, you will need to add the GTK status bar widget and an empty GTK box. Yeah, we've done that. We've been there. We've done that. Center box. Okay, I'm gonna do some exercises, spend some time in nature, practice mindfulness or meditation, connect with others. That's an idea. Take care of yourself. Self-care is essential. I will. Thank you very much. Et voila, here it ends, guys. Had some fun. Unfortunately, I'll have to ask my tutor. He'll know what to do. Cheers.